Laser ablation. Laser ablation is a process in which a high-energy laser is used to remove or vaporize material from a solid surface. When a laser beam is focused on a solid material, it can cause the material to rapidly heat up and vaporize, forming a plasma. This plasma can then be used to remove material from the surface or to create a desired pattern or structure. The process of laser ablation is commonly used in a variety of fields, including material science, medicine, and industry. In material science, laser ablation is used to create thin films, deposit materials onto surfaces, or study the properties of materials. In medicine, laser ablation is used to remove cancerous tissue or to treat skin conditions such as acne or scars. In industry, laser ablation is used to etch patterns onto surfaces or to remove unwanted material from parts. The effectiveness of laser ablation depends on several factors, including the properties of the material being ablated, the wavelength and intensity of the laser beam, and the duration of the laser pulse. Different types of lasers can be used for laser ablation, including ND-YAG, CO2, and excimer lasers. Laser ablation can also be performed using a range of different techniques, such as pulsed laser ablation, femtosecond laser ablation, or laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy. Tell me more. Sure. Here are some additional details on laser ablation. Mechanism of laser ablation. When a laser beam is focused onto a material surface, the energy from the laser is absorbed by the atoms in the material. This absorption causes the atoms to vibrate and eventually leads to the material heating up and vaporizing. The vaporized material forms a plasma, which is a gas consisting of ions and electrons. As the laser energy continues to be absorbed, the plasma expands and creates a pressure wave that can remove material from the surface. Applications of laser ablation. Laser ablation has numerous applications in various fields. In material science, it is used for thin film deposition, surface modification, and analysis of materials. In the medical field, it is used for the removal of tumors, treatment of skin conditions, and in ophthalmology for vision correction surgeries. In the industrial sector, it is used for precision cutting, drilling, and etching of materials. Types of lasers used in laser ablation. Various types of lasers can be used for laser ablation, including solid-state lasers, such as ND-YAG, gas lasers, such as CO2, and excimer lasers. The choice of laser depends on the material being ablated and the desired outcome. For example, excimer lasers are commonly used for micromachining and surface modification of polymers, while ND-YAG lasers are used for precision drilling and cutting of metals. Advantages of laser ablation. Laser ablation has several advantages over other conventional methods of material removal, such as mechanical cutting or chemical etching. It is a non-contact and highly precise method that can produce complex geometries with high accuracy. It can also be used for a wide range of materials, including metals, ceramics, polymers, and composites. Furthermore, laser ablation is a clean and environmentally friendly process as it does not produce any harmful chemicals or waste. Limitations of laser ablation. One limitation of laser ablation is that it can be relatively slow compared to other methods, particularly for larger areas. Additionally, the process can generate heat and cause thermal damage to the surrounding material if not carefully controlled. Finally, laser ablation can be a costly process, and the equipment required can be expensive. Laser ablation can also be performed using a range of different techniques, such as pulsed laser ablation, femtosecond laser ablation, or laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy. Explain the uses and the difference between them. Yes, laser ablation can be performed using different techniques, each with its own advantages and limitations. Here are brief explanations of some of the commonly used laser ablation techniques. Pulsed laser ablation. Pulsed laser ablation involves using a laser that emits a series of short pulses, typically in the nanosecond range. This technique is commonly used for precise material removal, such as cutting, drilling, or micromachining. The short pulses allow for high precision and control over the ablation process, making it ideal for applications that require fine features or intricate patterns. Femtosecond laser ablation. Femtosecond laser ablation is similar to pulsed laser ablation, but uses ultra-short laser pulses in the femtosecond range, 10–15 seconds. This technique enables even higher precision and control than pulsed laser ablation, as the short pulses create a very localized and controlled energy deposition in the material. Femtosecond laser ablation is commonly used for micro and nano fabrication, as well as for biomedical applications such as cell surgery. Laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy, LIBS, is a type of laser ablation that is used for chemical analysis of materials. In this technique, a high-energy laser pulse is used to vaporize a small amount of material from the sample surface. The plasma created by the laser pulse emits light, which is then analyzed to determine the chemical composition of the material. LIBS is a fast and non-destructive method for chemical analysis, and is commonly used in fields such as geology, environmental science, and materials science. The main difference between these techniques lies in the duration of the laser pulse used. Pulsed laser ablation uses longer pulses in the nanosecond range, while femtosecond laser ablation uses ultra-short pulses in the femtosecond range. This results in different levels of precision and control over the ablation process. LIBS, on the other hand, is not used for material removal, but rather for chemical analysis of the sample. How is it used to make polymers? Laser ablation can be used to make polymers in a process called laser ablation deposition, LAD. In LAD, a laser beam is used to ablate a polymer target, creating a plasma of polymer particles that is deposited onto a substrate to form a thin film. The plasma is created by the laser beam hitting the polymer target and vaporizing the material, which then condenses onto the substrate. LAD has several advantages over other methods of polymer film deposition, such as spin coating or chemical vapor deposition. It is a non-contact and highly precise method that can produce films with controlled thickness and good uniformity. Additionally, LAD can be used to deposit a wide range of polymers, including biocompatible and biodegradable polymers, which makes it useful for a variety of applications such as biomedical devices, microelectronics, and optoelectronics. To create a polymer film using LAD, a polymer target is placed in a vacuum chamber, and a laser beam is focused onto the target. The laser beam vaporizes the polymer material, creating a plasma of polymer particles that is then deposited onto a substrate. The substrate is typically placed at a distance from the target, which allows the plasma to cool and condense onto the substrate as a thin film. LAD can be used to create films with varying thicknesses and patterns, depending on the specific application. The properties of the polymer film can also be tuned by adjusting the laser parameters, such as laser energy and pulse duration. Overall, LAD is a versatile and precise method for polymer film deposition that has potential applications in a variety of fields. How does that work with carbon nanotubes? Laser ablation can also be used to produce carbon nanotubes, CNTs, through a process called pulsed laser vaporization and condensation, PLVC. This process involves vaporizing a graphite target using a high-energy laser, which produces a plasma of carbon atoms that can then condense and form CNTs. The PLVC method for CNT production has several advantages over other methods, including the ability to produce high-quality CNTs with a high degree of purity and uniformity. Additionally, PLVC can produce CNTs in large quantities, making it a scalable method for industrial production. In PLVC, a graphite target is placed in a reaction chamber and exposed to a laser beam with a high pulse energy. The laser beam vaporizes the graphite target, creating a plasma of carbon atoms that is rapidly cooled, which leads to the formation of CNTs. The CNTs are then collected on a substrate or filter, and any residual impurities are removed through a purification process. The properties of the CNTs produced through PLVC can be controlled by adjusting the laser parameters, such as laser energy, pulse duration, and repetition rate. This allows for the production of CNTs with specific sizes, shapes, and properties, which can be tailored to specific applications such as electronic devices, energy storage, and biomedical sensors. Overall, laser ablation is a promising method for the production of high-quality CNTs, and ongoing research is exploring new techniques and applications for this process. What else should I know? Here are some additional points that you might find useful about laser ablation. Laser ablation can be used for a variety of applications, including material processing, surface modification, chemical analysis, and nanoparticle synthesis. The specific application depends on the type of laser, the target material, and the process parameters. Laser ablation can produce highly precise and controlled material removal or deposition, making it useful for micro and nano fabrication applications in fields such as microelectronics, biomedicine, and optoelectronics. Different types of lasers can be used for laser ablation, including pulsed lasers, continuous wave lasers, and femtosecond lasers. Each type of laser has different properties that can be tailored to specific applications. Laser ablation can produce a range of products, including nanoparticles, thin films, and nanostructures such as carbon nanotubes. Laser ablation can also be used in combination with other techniques, such as laser-induced breakdown spectroscopy, LIBS, to analyze the chemical composition of materials. Laser ablation is a rapidly evolving field, with ongoing research focusing on developing new techniques and applications. I'm going to have to make a part 2 on this one. Like, comment, subscribe, to follow along for the trip.